Hey guys, what's going on? Zero Mata here with the LMG-R Recon build guide. LMG-R Recon is essentially a combination between the LMG and the SMG. Not as much damage as a typical LMG or fire rate for that matter, but it's got less recoil, less spread, more run speed. So it's a little bit more easier to use than typical LMG. So you can kind of get away with more damage being an emphasis for your builds, and you can really kind of have an easier time just aiming in general with the LMG-R because it's a little bit more forgiving than the typical LMG is. So for the first build, we're going with the spread-based build. ArmCom 2-step, high damage, low spread-based muzzle. Barrels do not have recoil factored into their stats, so you don't have to worry about that. I went with the Briar Leatherneck, low damage, low spread type barrel. Magazine, you kind of have two choices. You can go with the quick reload magazine, or you can go with the drum barrel. Quick reload will kind of behave more like an assault rifle. 40 bullets per clip, 120 total, 3 seconds reload time. Or you can kind of get the LMG of ammunition, and if you get the drum mag, your gun's going to behave more like an LMG because you got 80 bullets per clip, 240 total, and then you have 4.83 reload time. So kind of choice is up to you. Personally, I like the quick reload more. Scope is preference, but keep in mind that if you have a higher zoom in scope, you're going to see a lot more recoil just because the zoom will increase the magnitude to your perception. So just keep that in mind. Prefer low zoom in scopes like the OPRL Reflex 2 Holo scope. Stocks, spread-based Vulcan ACP-3 Collapsible. Definitely you can try out the ArmCom AC-10 Sharp for a lot less recoil if you want to go that route. So you try that build out and you kind of think it's still shooting a lot more up in terms of the recoil. Got a recoil based build. Keep in mind recoil is more vertical and then spread is horizontal in terms of how your bullets move around when you shoot. So if you have more spread, you're going to have bullets go more left and right to the center of your barrel as opposed to having them go up and down with recoil. So this is a recoil based build. Got the Vulcan QDSS-9, which is a recoil based muzzle. Kind of a compromise between the GX3 Heavy and the Rhino. Remember I said that the barrels do not account for recoil, so you can literally pick and choose what barrel you want to try. I went with the X3, but you can certainly go with the Rhino. You're going to lose a point of damage here though. Quick reload magazine, preferential for scope, AC-10 Sharp stock for recoil. Last build is damage. We're going for a typical spread-based build, damage-based build, and recoil-based build. So for the damage-based build, I kind of prefer to go with spread on the LMG-R. So I went with the ArmCom AC-10 Sharp. Definitely feel free to try out the Copperhead too. You see it's a great reduction for recoil as well. Barrel, we got the Rhino for a low spread and high damage barrel. Magazine is the quick reload mag. Scope is always preferential. Stock is the ACP-3 Collapsible. Weapon tag, damage. I'm doing damage for all the weapon tags for each of these builds. Okay, and then the last build we have is a level 15 and below build. It's more of a balanced build. It's not good at damage, not good at recoil, not good at spread. It's kind of in between for all those stats. There's no stat it really excels at. It's just kind of a nice balance between all three of the important stats, I feel, for the LMG-R. Muzzle, we got the Overmatch FB-RX, which is the high damage muzzle for level 15 and below. We're going once again with the Rhino. Really like the Rhino for the LMG-R, especially for this build. Magazine, you're kind of stuck with the default because the quick reload and the drum mag are both level 30 and 31 respectively. Preferential for scope, and then stock, we're going with the Krane COG GX, and this is kind of the middle of the pack in terms of stocks. It's not really good at one specific thing. It's kind of a balance, and that's kind of where this whole build is kind of centered around the stock, because the stock is great in spread, great in recoil, so it's kind of a balance between the two for the most part. And then that's pretty much it for the LMG-R. It's a lot easier to use than the LMG, so if you've been having some issues with the LMG, definitely recommend you guys try out the LMG-R. If you have any questions or comments though, leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and thanks for watching as always, guys. Much appreciated.